Hi and welcome. Shh, Simmi is Listening is a book translated into Tibetan on the Storyweaver website, and I'm basically translating it back into English to give you a bit of an overview of the vocabulary in it. So we'll have a look at the Tibetan bit by bit. I've started the convention of putting a star for the vocabulary. So shh in Tibetan is just the sh, same as in English, to indicate being quiet. So shh, I guess you can put a couple of H's after. Simmi, by, Simmi, you get the sa coming after Simmi, which is by. Nyengindu, here, I think it's a typo. I'm pretty sure it's a typo. This gin, this na, doesn't need to be there because it's the ow that gives the nasalization. So it should actually be nyen gi do, which sounds like nyengindu in Lhasa typical pronunciation. So just the other thing that you might be interested in is, I'll put it in the description as well, but I made just a brief little grammar overview for people to use, which is some grammar notes that talk about when to use gi versus gi versus ki, so that you can have a look at that when you have a few minutes. So nyingidu, which is listening. So in English, it's just simply like the title says, shh, and then the dots are a pause. Simmi is listening. Oops. Simmi is listening. So let's have a look at the story here. So Simmi by Simmi. Lolo. Face, well, recognition is like face knowing. So ngoshe. And in Tibetan, you'll notice that the adjective goes in between the two syllables of the word instead of before or after. So face, good, knowing. So Simmi lolo ngo yakpo shegiyo. So the ngo she is recognize. Sorry, I'll put the asterisk here. That's the vocabulary. And in English, you would say Simmi knows, or you could also say recognizes. Lolo well. Simmi knows Lolo well, or Simmi recognizes Lolo well. Me, so her by. Mik is eyes. Zum, zum, closed. Na, if. Put a comma. Also, young. Lolo. Ngödzin. Tubgiyo. Ngödzin, so recognizing. Able, let's say able. She's being able. So that's all the vocabulary. So you could translate this in a few different ways. You can say, if her eyes are closed, she is, or she can also recognize Lolo. If her eyes are closed, she can also recognize Lolo. Another way you could say that is, she can even recognize Lolo if her eyes are closed. That's how the original is written in English. So both ways are perfectly fine. So just for those who are learning English, can is an irregular way to express able. To be able, if I say I am able, it's the same thing as saying I can. I can, I am able. I can, and I am able. Chikpare, they're the same thing. Next, we have her by, le, lolo, tagniebo, close or nearby. La, I guess near is tagniebo. La is at. You can say la, at. Yöna, being if. Hako, so knows, knowing. Hako. And then just down in the corner here, you have wae. Oh, yes. Okay, so she knows if Lolo is nearby. Usually in English, we say nearby. You can also say near. She knows if Lolo is nearby. Then you have hello, wae, hello, same in both. Wae. Oops. No. And there's another little bubble up here. Rokpa chetang. Rokpa is help. Or che is like you, personal, like as in informal, you. Do, right? Do. And tang is, in this context, it's like please. Please do it. Help, please help me. In English. Help. Please help. Literally what you're saying is, I guess what's implied is that no, that's it. That's all you would say in English is help me. Or you could say help me. Help me, or please help. Both are okay. And then we have me lolo taringbo. So her by, lolo, far, at, tarimbola, yuna, being if, young, also, hako, knowing. If lolo is far, usually in English we say far away, she also knows. Next, her by, lolo, me lolo, kabar, kab, yuba, hako. So kabar is where, kab, hidden, yuba, being, hako, knowing. She knows where Lolo is hiding. She knows where Lolo is hiding. And then we have hee hee. In English, we would say hee hee. Or a laugh. Then we have her by, me, Lolo, shegiyu. So fearful, oops. I guess fearing, shegiyu, fearing. Also, let's say pang, young, right? Ba young, short for ba young. Or I guess we can break it up here. We can say fearful, being also. And those are sort of stuck together in the Tibetan. So being also. Yebayang, yebang. Knowing, hako. Whoops, sorry. Knowing. She also knows when Lolo is afraid. Okay, that. Harjin, away, gone. Happened, son, question mark. In this case, that is more like it in English. It has it gone away. Has it gone away? Te parchin songam. And again, the ngam is a question mark particle in written Tibetan. Next page. Elsie is supposing, or if, more simply if. Lolo, min, not being. If, na. 인방 하고. So we'll put a comma. Not being also knowing. So if it is not lolo, in English you only need the one if. If and supposing they're both essentially the same. If it is not lolo, she also knows. Next we have Simmi. Simmi by. Mig eyes. Oh, sorry, I'll put my vocabulary marker. Simmi by eyes. Mig zum closed. Ne is like from being. Whoops. From being. That's the easiest way to think of it in English. Balu. So Balu is the dog's name. Balu. Ngudzin, or recognizing. Another way to say ngoshe, ngudzin. Tub is able or can. Able. Tubgiyu, so able being. So Simmi can recognize Balu. In English, you'd have to say when, so I guess when her eyes are closed. Oh, right, from being also. I missed the also here, maybe. Did I? No, maybe not. No, that's correct. No, also there. Simmi can recognize Balu when her eyes are closed. Then we have oh, wow. Same in English, bao. Wow. Well, in English, in Tibetan, au, au. And in English, bow wow, we would say for a dog, the sound that a dog makes. Next, we have a few longer sentences, so just be a little bit patient here. It's going to take a bit of time. So, Simmi, by, again, Simmi. Mig, eyes. Ma, not. De, bar. Looking at. Lolo, yi. So Lolo's kor. I think in this case, it's more like instead of, let's say, Lolo's, we'll say Lolo characteristics. This is sometimes the way the genitive is used. So Lolo characteristics. About kor. And tenda, like that. That, like. Mangbo, much. Kangja, how. Kandrachene, I guess kandrachene, the whole thing is how, kandrachene. Or from being that way, or from being that way, same thing as how. Hako, knowing. Hakowa, knowing. Re, being, question mark. So in English, you would say, when Simmi is not looking, how does she know that much or so much about Lolo? When Simmi is not looking, how does she know so much about Lolo? Then we have the answer. Lolo ewe so belongings. And then mitsangme, everyone's. Ge is sound or voice. Kerang, rangi. So self. Sache, places. Ne, from. Staying from. That's the best way to say that. Ne. Sawe ne. Yeah, coming from. Staying, where it stays. It's a good question. I wonder if it's a typo or not. Maybe it's a typo. In English, maybe it makes more sense to say from. It's probably, my best guess is that maybe it should be ne, from, instead of ne, which is kao nasa ne, which is stay. It makes more sense in English anyway, that way. And then publa, pub I usually translate as descending. And then la is at. And then tenne, depending on. Mindawa, different. And then go is full stop. That's the best way that I can make sense of this sentence. So Lolo's and everyone's voice sounds different depending on where they are. That's the easiest way to try to back translate that I'll just show it temporarily so you can see the whole thing together. The vocabulary and the sentence together. Lolo's and everyone's voice sounds different depending on where they are. And the last page. Again, we have a bit of a long page here. No problem. So first we'll do the vocabulary. Minam, people, all, or people plural. Taringbor, far at. China, going if. Ke, sound or voice. Chungtu, like smaller too, getting smaller or quieter in this case. Dro, going, droa, going. Tang and. Tagnier Yongna. So near to. Yong is coming. Na is if. Ke, sound or voice. Cheru, so big going or big getting, big to. Droa, going, je, being. So if people go far away, their voice gets smaller or quieter. Usually we would say quieter. And if they come nearer, more nearer. All right, let's just say if they come near, their voice gets louder. Next, we have nganzu, a spy, nganzu. Kusim, kusimer, so quietly. Kusimer, sorry, quietly. Two. The ra at the end is the two. Deba am, or deba am. So deba, staying. Or yangna, alternatively. Sound or voice, ke. Chembo, big. Jagbe, makings. This is the easiest one. Cup, the time or the moment. Ra, sounds. Mindawa, different. Re in this case here, I think it's another typo. Re in this case means each, but I think it makes more sense if it's re, which is being. And then ko would be a full stop. So when we are quiet or loud, sounds or voices, I guess we can say. Voices are different. Next. Tejin. Tejin is that like, but in this context, it's more like such as. In that case, such as Tejin. Sacha, places. Gya, chung chung. So gya chung chung is narrow. So like breadth, small, small breadth, narrow, same thing. Yeah, chung chung, and tang. Gya chenbo, vast, right? So same thing, breadth, big, vast. Yangna, or alternatively, Nyelche, blanket. Nangdu, into, to, like it towards the inside of it, something like that. Into two. Nangdu. Kecha she, talking. Na, if. Da, sounds, or yeah, sounds. Mindawa, different. And again with the re. Here I think it's a typo, it should be re. So being, ko, full stop. Such as, in, narrow, or vast. Places or spaces, I think maybe spaces is better in English. In this context, such as in narrow or vast spaces, or sounding different, if talking into a blanket. I hope you found this helpful. Just you can note that Storyweaver has hundreds of stories, and they do accept donations. I encourage everyone to give them a donation to say thank you for providing all of these great stories, and to the great translators who've done this wonderful job. Thank you all very much.